this border collie was doing. The animal seemed friendly enough, so Maggie approached it carefully and in a low, gentle voice said, "Hey, beautiful, what's your name, huh?" The dog wagged its tail, pricking up its ears at the sound of a sharp whistle, followed by a man's growling command, "Lady?" Maggie assumed he wasn't calling her. The sound carried on the crisp spring early evening air, and the collie turned and obediently scampered away toward its master. The man's outline emerged closer, compliments of long, easy strides. "Didn't mean to bother you, ma'am. She got away from me before I could tie her up for the night," he explained, as he clipped a lead on the dog, wagging its tail as her owner lovingly patted her at his side. Big man, tall build, with wavy sandy hair hinting at grey around the edges. Ruggedly handsome, with a wide smile and clad in jeans, his check shirt rolled up to the elbows. "She's not a bother. She's gorgeous." Maggie hesitated. "I guess we're neighbours." His steady brown-eyed gaze wandered over her from the top of her shiny shoulder-cropped auburn hair down to the sketches on her feet. In her youth, Maggie hadn't generated undue attention from men, and, these days, certainly not from married men like this one. And for the past 10 years, having had a partner, she was considered out of bounds. So she found herself suddenly self-conscious. She had never been skinny, even as a teen. Thanks to generous boobs and hips, she was what people considered curvy. "Nick Logan." He extended a large hand as warm as hers was cold when she shook it. Clearly, he either didn't feel the chilly air or was accustomed. "Maggie Ellis." "Maggie," he acknowledged with a quick nod. "You okay here tonight? Have all you need?" "Yes, thank you." He frowned. "You alone?" She figured she'd get used to that question eventually. Maggie's tired, brave smile wobbled a bit, but she hoped he didn't notice. "Absolutely," she said, trying to sound positive and happy about it. He paused, then said softly, "We used to watch out for old Mrs. Black, too. We'll watch out for you. It's quiet here. You could feel isolated." Maggie vigorously shook her head. "No way, I'll be too busy. That's why I bought this place, because it was so peaceful." "Hope we don't disturb you then, with myself, 3 kids, a dog and a truck all moving in and out of our place." No mention of his wife. "You kidding? I love kids." His raised eyebrows registered surprise. That she liked children, or that she didn't seem potentially bothered by the trucks? Her cottage had thick walls and double glazing, and she would be mostly working at the back of her property. "Well, I should get this girl home and leave you to settle in then." He patted Lady again and ruffled her ears. "Need a hand to unpack?" "No thanks, I just have small stuff, and I pack the boxes light. With good reason, having to manage alone now. I'll be buying new furniture as soon as I can." "Welcome to Tingara. Need anything, just ask. Night." He turned and walked away, leading the dog. "Night," she called after him. Turning back to the cottage to focus on unloading, Maggie raised the rear door on the SUV and grabbed the first box. She had arranged for Anne Perry to organise the electricity to be connected, so she crossed her fingers on one hand as she turned the key in the back door lock with the other and gingerly creaked it open. She patted the wall inside until she found the switch. Bingo. Load by load, she carted in her few belongings, clothes and kitchen utensils, as well as an inflatable camp mattress for a bed. The city apartment had belonged to Leon, but, to her surprise, he had done one right thing at least, and given her a settlement sum on separation, even though they never married. His decision, not hers, she reflected bitterly. Tucked away in an elite suburb, her florist business had been a little gold mine over the years. She had sold it within weeks of the unexpected nightmare split and putting it on the market. Easy to get a buyer once they looked over her books and saw the steady, healthy profits. Her SUV, necessary for flower deliveries, had been purchased within her first year and would now prove the ideal useful vehicle for her new business.